Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, and today I'm in Locle in Switzerland together with Davide Cerrato. Welcome Davide.
Welcome, really a pleasure to be with you today.
You are the
Managing Director of the Watch Business Unit for Montblanc.
The Managing Director of Watch Business of Montblanc. Davide, to present you guys, I think is not necessary if you are into watchmaking, because Davide, before he got the Managing Director of the Watch Business of Montblanc, was working with Officine Panerai, and of course you know him from Tudor. He is the guy who did all these beautiful Tudor watches that we enjoy today. But now we are at Montblanc.
Absolutely.
And Davide is bringing a lot of positive spirit in here, in the sense of he's really, it's kind of a revolution what's happening. Nice watches, vintage style watches. He's going deeply into the archives. He has pulled out a lot of ideas in his brain. He's working with it. Explain me a little bit, what are you doing now with Montblanc and in which direction you are heading with Montblanc? And I have to tell you, of course, that what we are filming here today, it's the 17th of December, so we are before Christmas. And the watches we are seeing here and that we are presenting you today are those watches that are officially only presented at the SIHH in January. So the video you will see Monday, January, when the SIHH opens, but today is the 17th of December, of course. So, Davide.
So what we are doing this year is that we are somewhere fulfilling 3 years of development and of optimization of our collections. We are getting now to 4 key collections, 2 sport and 2 classic. In the sport side, we presented 2 years ago the new Time Walker. Last year, which is this year for us, the new 1858. On the classic side, we rework completely the Star Legacy, and we are presenting now the 4th key line, which will be called Heritage, and which once again, as all the others, will be deeply rooted into our Minerva history and our Minerva archives.
Heritage, Nomen est Omen, of course, has to play with the heritage of Minerva. As you might know, Montblanc, a couple of years ago, bought the watchmaker Minerva
15 years ago.
15 years ago. A couple of years ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Minerva was a famous manufacturer of chronographs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of the leading manufacturers of chronographs, I should say.
Absolutely. Not only was very well known for chronographs, in particular chronograph monopusher, but really for the first half of the 20th century was one of the key contributor to the creation of what we call today the chronograph.
Yeah. So there are a lot of inspirational designs from the time.
Absolutely.
And let us jump right into the collection. There we have those vintage watches right here.
For this new collection, Heritage, we really look back to a particular period in the history of Minerva, the 40s and 50s, when Minerva used to produce very sweet chronographs, and we picked up very specific elements of the design of those watches, in particular the indexes in dots, which is almost disappeared from contemporary design, and is something very interesting. Very particular colors, like the pink salmon, for example, which is a beautiful classical color, and elements of the finishing of the dials, because on this chronograph for the 40s and 50s, there was very often behind the indexes and the numerals a kind of floating circle with a different finishing to the rest of the dial, and those are exactly the key elements that we have taken back to create the second classic line into our collection, but very complementary to Star Legacy. Star Legacy is more contemporary and rooted into 21 years of different star lines in Montblanc. This line is very much vintage and is very much, I would say, Western oriented, really for watch lovers and watch connoisseurs.
Mm-hmm. The sizes have changed because he's holding a chronograph. And if we just, for instance, take a freehand watch from the time being, and we just
we were 36, 35, 38 was a huge size.
And today we are at.
But what is interesting here is also that we have kept the sizes smaller. So average size is 40 millimeter here, with a day which is 39 millimeter. So really into the zeitgeist.
Yeah, that's a good development. I think watches need to be a little smaller these days.
Exactly.
It was too much.
Exactly.
But you brought the trend also a little bit at Tudor. You were reducing sizes already there.
Absolutely.
Ahead of time, I think.
The Black Bay was a 41 millimeter, so absolutely.
When others did 44, 45 millimeter.
Exactly, indeed. And here, as always, what we did is really pushing very far all the details. So we have domed dials, very much domed, as the originals were, with a domed sapphire crystal. Tilted ends to match with the domed dial to have perfect readability.
Okay. So the end of the hand is a little bit tilted, so it really moves over the dome dial.
Exactly, and allows to read the scales properly, and you're a master in these details of watches.
I love when the hand needs to be appropriate long, not too short. I don't like these watches where people try to make some savings by using too short hands. It doesn't look good, I think.
Exactly.
It's like
we agree.
I always say it's like if a little mouse went into the watch and took a piece away that should be there.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start right away with you have 3 basic executions in the entry line.
Exactly. As always, we segment every product line in 3 levels of content. What we call the core, which is what we have here on the tray, with accessible watches with ETA or cell lethal movement inside. Let's say below 5,000. Then we have what we call the manufacturer, which is 5 to 25, where we have in-house movements, but industrial one, and over 25 is the Minerva level, where we do all the movement and made and finished. Even the airspring is produced in-house. And we have in this line the same. We start from the core here.
The entry price level here is the freehand for approximately what?
2,150 euros. So as
including all
TVA, German TVA.
Okay, 19% in Germany.
Exactly.
So 2,150.
Exactly. As always, very great attention to the value of the watches.
And you get a nicely finished, as Davide just described, a freehand watch. It's perfectly readable, even without my glasses. I enjoy that that you took so much attention on this. You get a day-date version.
Absolutely, 39 millimeter, very vintage.
Indicating the day and the date.
Correct.
Easily to read. Sizes are also good in terms you can read that.
And the straps are alligator straps, as always done in Italy in our pelletteria, with this sfumato treatment, so the edges that are darker than the center of the alligator strap.
And on top you have a Milanese strap?
Exactly. We decided to bring back the Milanese, which is coming back a little bit everywhere now, even in diving watches I've seen. And this one is very nice because it's very thin, so it really matches with any size of wrist. And also we have equipped it with the easily adjustable folding clasp, so I don't have to disassemble any part of the metallic bracelet to fit to my wrist. It's one size or 2 sizes for the entire world. Many sizes. You can adjust to 6 different positions, so it really covers all the needs.
Okay. And the last watch that is in this basic collection, sorry guys for saying basic collection, but it's a basic collection, is a
GMT.
A GMT indicating a second time zone on the dial with a separate hand in another color that distinguishes clearly from the hour and the minute hand.
Exactly, and really this is coming from our research into the Minerva archives. A beautiful scale, the use of color in the scale to highlight numerals in blue or numerals in red to get really perfect readability is exactly what we have applied here on these watches. In terms of color, we are using this beautiful pink salmon dial that were a little bit lost in the books, and that are in reality perfectly fitting with this spirit, with this vintage spirit. As much as in the automatic, we also present a pink gold model that has a kind of aged champagne dial.
Let me just, is it a real pink gold case or is it a plaqué? It's
real pink gold case.
Really pink gold case, okay.
7,900 euros. And with this very nice dial that we call creme caramel. And again, as you have seen in all our recent watches, really looking for particular colors, particular shades, particular texture to really bring back the real pleasure of watchmaking.
And making it look very vintage.
Absolutely.
By the way.
Absolutely.
Making it look very vintage.
It really looks like a watch from the 50s.
Yes. Only the size is a little bit bigger.
Exactly.
But still small.
Yeah,
It's not
you have
true.
to update.
Yeah, you have to update. Okay, and then I want to mention that, guys, because if we talk about Montblanc, many of you say, oh, Montblanc, they are a pen maker, fountain pen maker. They are too, but they are watchmakers. So they are real watchmakers here. It's not already a fully integrated manufacturer, but you do a lot of works in-house. Absolutely. And on top you apply a kind of you apply 500-hour test, stress test on the watch.
Absolutely, 3 weeks of simulation of normal wearing before delivering a watch.
Every watch goes through it.
Almost every watch. Exactly.
Okay. And it's the completely assembled watch that goes through.
Exactly, which is the big difference compared to the COSC, for example.
The cost.
Here, exactly. Yeah. Here is the true watch, so exactly what we deliver to the client.
And the watch is what is done there? Just in brief.
Different tests that are going to check the running, the proper running of the watch, that are checking
power
reserve of the watch, that are checking the precision of the watch, that are checking the water resistance, and that are checking the resistance to shocks also. Okay. So a full range of tests that really simulate a normal wearing of the watch for 3 weeks.
Okay, so the guarantee when the watch goes through is that the watch really has already proven to be a real watch.
Exactly.
He's going to kill me for saying that. Yeah, interesting and great work, Davide, as I have to say, as we say in French, chapeau, really congratulations. Interesting price ranges. Did we talk about the prices of the other models just in brief?
2,150 for the steel automatic model, for the Milanese mesh 200 euros more, 7,900 for the pin gold, full pin gold model. The day is 2,450 and the GMT 2,700 euros. So all of them below 3,000.
Below 3,000 except the gold version is for 7,900. That's also good. It's a good offer. It's a good offer for a gold watch. Is the buckle also made out of gold?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, so then
and all the back of the case are engraved with a fantastic engraving with the Minerva manufacturer. So really level of details pushed to the limits.
Well done. So guys, now it's up to you to give us your feedback. Please use the comment section underneath here. Write and discuss with me what you think about this development at Montblanc. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Davide, for presenting me those watches. It was a pleasure.
Same.
If you like what we are doing, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, of course, and to like our videos. And of course, if you are very much into watches, go to www.watchadvisor.com, our website, and there you will find a huge database, 15,800 watches to be compared. You can play a Tinder game there. You get a lot of information about watches. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you very soon.
Thank you very much. Ciao.